Trouba. Heedle back to Trouba in the corner. Behind the net, Capo Caco. Out in front, shot. Score! The kid line converts for the Rangers. Lafreniere from Caco. Deadlocked at 2.
Missed it. Ball's up. Cornish got it. Cornish puts it up. And it goes! And Milwaukee is in front. What a play by Drew Holiday. Trying to get it in the hands of Connaughton or Allen. No timeouts, and they just got it in. And Connaughton. So he can stand. Connaughton calmly knocks in 2 clutch free throws.
If I'm Milwaukee, I'm not letting this ball get up the floor. I'm taking a foul.
And Horford gives it to Smart. Smart at half court. He's picked by Holiday. And that's going to do it. Milwaukee, a comeback win on the road.
Oh, what a night in sports, buddy. What a night in sports, pal. Unbelievable. The Bucks, the Rangers, the Florida Cats, the comeback Cats, a bunch of enormous comebacks last night, and one super not comeback. We'll talk about that, of course. It's interesting to see your daily sports podcast, news, narratives, takes, gambling. The National Football League is going to release its schedule today in an event in primetime at 8 p.m. They're going to have a show, and people are going to predict who's going to win based on the schedule. And I'm just going to predict everyone to go 17-0. That's right, 17, in case you forgot. The league is headed to Germany this year. Let's start with the NHL. Actually, you know what? We'll start with the not comeback. I changed my mind. So last night, epic night in sports. It was a great night to have multiple TVs. And I will say my top line observation has been the second round of the NBA is the best round. The first round of the NHL is its best round. We should start the NHL after the NBA every time. This is amazing. Last night, the Memphis Grizzlies abused Golden State Warriors at a level that I didn't know was possible for the Warriors to endure. So let's just take a look at the YouTube situation here. I use my YouTube click right there. So this is the quarter-by-quarter score. Right there, you'll see 28-15. Golden State outscored Memphis in the fourth quarter. Memphis only scored 15 points in the fourth quarter. They only scored 15 points in the fourth quarter, and they were outscored by 13 points. They won by 39. Memphis' lead, I think, at one point got to 54. It was definitely 52 at the end of the third quarter. They led by 52 at the end of the third quarter. They led by 52 at the end of the third against the Warriors. And the best part of this is that their best player is out for the remainder of the playoffs and did not play. Let's just look at the points. 1, 2, 3 dudes with 21. Jaren Jackson, Desmond Bane, Tyrus Jones. Who are these people? Steven Adams, the famous player on the team, now that Jaw's out, had 7. Brandon Clark had 11. A bunch of dudes with 9. I mean, what the hell? One of the weirdest things you will ever see. I still like Golden State to win the series, of course. That was Game 5. Game 6 goes back to Oakland, and I don't think it's going to go down so smoothly. I saw Barstool Sports tweet out this picture of Steph trying to figure out why the Grizzlies are the best basketball team to ever exist when Ja Morant is out. That's a pretty good point. What the hell? Maybe Ja's been holding them back. No, he's not. But what a weird thing. All the other games last night were ridiculous. Let's start in hockey, and then we'll go to the association because it's round 2 and it's a little bit more important. The Washington Capitals were leading Game 5 3-0 halfway through the second. And with 17:02 remaining in the third period.
Check, it's Verhaeghe with the strip and the lead. Alexander Barkov cutting in front. Verhaeghe scores! That's 4 in a row, and Verhaeghe has given the Panthers the lead. What a game for Carter Verhaeghe.
Carter Verhaeghe leads the comeback right there. Claude Giroux, the guy that everyone is rooting for, the NHL's Matthew Stafford, I suppose you could probably think about him. Got the goal to seal the deal, 5-3. The Panthers beat the Caps. Not the only comeback in the show last night. We call it the show. But a big one. I'm starting to get into this Florida thing. I realized last night I was always watching the game and enjoying the comeback. I have never really watched with much give a shit a Florida Panthers game until last night, which is cool. It's got Sunrise, Florida, is where they play their ball. It was enjoyable. It was a cool atmosphere. The cool thing last night was that the comebacks were put on by NHL teams at home, so it seems really sweet. And in both cases, Florida, Washington was 2-2, so now Florida leads that series 3-2. With New York and Pittsburgh leads that series 3-1 heading into last night, and they scored a lucky, clever bounce goal by Jake Gensel. Then they scored again. It was 2-0. Then the Rangers, they scored 3 goals in, I think, 2 minutes of hockey time. And then Pittsburgh scores in about 30 seconds. There was 4 goals in less than 4 minutes last night to make it 3-3. What is really interesting, though, the most important point, before I play the highlight, the most important point that Sidney Crosby got hit. It looked like a clean hit, but someone finished with their elbow, and it looked like the elbow might have caught him in the chin. Crosby has a very disastrous history with concussions that nearly ended his career. And he was part of a research group, actually, this is an aside. He's part of a research group that found that guys with concussions, when people have really long concussions and concussion problems, huge portions of the problem are their neck. Not like their skull or their brain. Their neck is causing problems in their neurons. I don't understand how it works, but he was part of people that helped figure that out. They fixed his neck and whatever, so he came back. But it looked like once he left, the floodgates opened. And the Penguins definitely looked like a team that didn't have their captain. And this series is different if they don't have one of the best players of all time. But here's the go-ahead goal for the New York Rangers. Just going to play the highlight, just for y'all. You can watch it on Spotify and YouTube.
Down on the stick check. The chance for him. He scores!
Adam Fox led the comeback. He got the first goal in the comeback. One of the best players in the world, the defenseman number 23 for New York. Big players make big plays in big games, backs against the wall. Speaking of that, let's go to the association, where the Boston Celtics had, I don't know the exact comeback. I'm not 100% sure, but I think at one point it was 16-ish, maybe close to 20, maybe more than that, maybe 17. And the Milwaukee Bucks end up coming back. Giannis Antetokounmpo can just decide that he's going to win. He plays basketball like a hockey player would play basketball. Here's a picture of him that Barstool Sports tweeted out. He's bleeding down his face. He got an elbow in the eye. It happens. It bled, and it was like it looks sweet. People will remember the Giannis blood game, I think. Scored 40 points. He's notably a terrible free throw shooter, but in the playoffs, he just puts it in the hole, man. 70%. It's not always great, but it's better. Unbelievable. So what happened at the end? I think there was about, I want to say 7 minutes left, and Milwaukee had cut the lead down to about 12, and they just hit a couple threes. They played some defense. Boston had an inordinate number of late-game collapses during the regular season, but they seem to have figured that out. It was a disaster for them in, say, November, December, but then it happened again last night. And then what happened, the defensive player of the year made 2 enormous mistakes, and one enormous mistake, and then a really great defensive player for the Bucks made 2 great plays. Drew Holiday had a block and a steal on one of Boston's possessions with 1-point lead, and then they made the free throw, so Milwaukee's up 3 with 12 seconds. And then Marcus Smart just gives the ball away at midcourt. We can watch it right here. If you want to see on Twitter, they're just going to keep playing it. Here it is. Yeah, just kind of a crazy end to that. But for Boston, you got to think, man, this shit's slipping away. And the way that Horford had to just white knuckle them through the game, you got to think that Boston might be done. They look done. Speaking of done, Sixers and Heat tonight. We'll see what happens with Joel Embiid. His poor face, man. It would be nice if he didn't have some of these weird injuries that happen in the playoffs, but that's how it goes. James Harden is sort of implicated in a RICO case, which I'm not going to. It's really stupid. It's a rap label right now. It's not stupid for them. It's stupid for him, but we will discuss that if it becomes relevant. If some sort of murders and some other nefarious activity tied to people that he is tied to, which that happens. Yeah, we'll definitely talk about that later. The Calgary Flames are a game that I only watched about 5 minutes of because I chose to go to sleep like an adult. They end up beating the Dallas Stars 2. I think 3-1. Series was tied 2-2. Another game 5. Snipe. What a snipe. DeBranson the goal right there. They added an empty netter. They win 3-1. Flames now lead that series 3-2. Every series is 3-2 except the Avs, who are just chilling at home. They're just done. They're donezo. They're out of this. They don't have to deal with this crap no more. Get you out of here on this. I got places to go and people to see. Deion Sanders. Quote, NCAA, you have a problem. Money is causing behavior issues among players. Yeah, Deion. You tell them about those behavior issues. Deion, a notable rule follower when it comes to being an athlete. It is going to suck for schools like his. If they don't got the money, they're just not going to be able to recruit. But that's how it goes. Everybody told you what would happen. Paid players, well, they're fucking gonna. I remember Nick Saban looking at the camera, and people thought that he was mad that they were going to pay players. When you go back and look at that clip, he wasn't mad. He was saying, wait, you really want to start paying players? You think you'll beat us if you can pay them? If we can pay them, you think you'll ever beat us? Nope, I don't. That's going to do it. Like, rate, review, subscribe. We'll be back and better than ever. We're going to give every team 17-0 records bright and early tomorrow.